Hello, everybody. Crazy day so far. Kind of was very busy. My grandson's home today again. Um, and he had to do schoolwork on the computer. So we were doing computer work, schoolwork today. I'm trying to find a color. You know what? You wouldn't believe how many lipsticks I actually have here. I probably would. Oh, there. See, that's a pretty color. Yeah. Well, April 1st. Rabbit, and happy April Fool's Day. It's a day that people, do funny little tricks on people. I haven't I haven't watched anything in the mainstream media or anything to see if there's any crazy April Fools out there. If they are, share them. I know we used to do some little pranks on our kids when they were little, and it was always fun. My girlfriend's father used to love April Fool's Day, and he used to do a lot of pranks on the kids. It was some of them were absolutely um, crazy. Like you um, uh, boiled eggs, or you told them they were boiled eggs, and then they go to crack them, and they're not. The salt shaker one, and switching the sugar and the salt, or unscrewing the lid of the salt or the pepper, so when they pour it, it goes all over. One of the ones that was really a great one is that we changed all the times on the clocks and had the kids wake up at 3 in the morning, or 3 or 4 in the morning, and oh my god, we're late, oh my god, we got to get going to school. And the school was just outside our back gate, so it's the kids racing out, and they're like, but where is everybody, and why is it so dark? And and it was an April Fool, so they went back to bed. They're a little bit angry, but it was all in good fun, all in good fun. To do these, to have these little fun little jokes, as long as nobody gets hurt, physically with them. That's a good thing, because we don't want anybody physically hurt when you're doing any of the April Fools things. So that's one thing. So yes, so today's April Fool's, and I was taught when I was younger that April Fool's ends at noon. So I don't know if you were taught the same thing, but I was. We couldn't do any April Fool's afternoon, but some people tried to get away with it and stuff. And it's Friday. Oh my goodness, Friday is Freya's day. It is the day of party. Freya loves to party. She is a Nordic goddess. She loves to go out. She likes to mingle. She likes to, she's feisty. She's that feisty goddess. So Freya day today. So we have that energy that's up there in the skies, plus a few other things. Sun's hitting Chiron, Mercury's going to hit Chiron. The Saturn's getting closer to Jupiter. That kind of shit's going on. And Jupiter is getting closer to Neptune. So we got a little bit of shakeup and jiggles and wiggles and stuff that are going on. Interesting things that I have come across, and a lot of talk about people who have died lately or have been diagnosed with a disease, or like Bruce Willis, alopecia. It's a brain disorder that he has, can be caused by stroke. But it's on the 9 pages from the what Pfizer has put out about what's in the shot, and one of the side effects for the shot was this. So, truth, I don't know. It's allegedly that he does have all the elixirs, and that this is one of the things. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it is unfortunate that he's having a brain disorder, and is having to stop doing what he loves to do, is acting. So that's a crazy thing out there in the world. And the Foo Fighters, like, oh my god, he was only 50 years old and died. Now, they said it was an overdose because his heart was enlarged, but many claim that he stopped. Now, they were supposed to have a concert And you had to be vaccinated to do the concert, and there's a big uproar and everything about it, and then they all came down with COVID and they never did the concert. And they were saying that he was forced to do or get the vaccination by some of his, well, not forced, but persuaded to get vaccinated. And one of the side effects of the vaccination is enlarged heart. I don't think this is a coincidence. I think this is going to be some of the things that we are going to be seeing more and more. And they don't want to put it with the um the vaccinations, but I just have to say, as time goes on, and I even said it before, that weird things are going to start coming out within the next 5 years, and people, unfortunately, are either going to get really sick or they're going to die. And a lot of it is stemmed back to, the vaccination, or if they've been boosted as well. So that's sort of interesting in itself, in information coming up. I love looking into this shit, That's one of the things I do. I love looking into some of this conspiracy theory and finding out what it is. And then you find out that the conspiracy theorists were right. As crazy as they were. It's that crazy old lady that lives down the lane who has all these ideas and thoughts, and then everybody says, oh, she's just crazy. And then a couple years later, oh my God, that crazy old lady down the way, oh my God, she's not so crazy anymore, kind of thing. So I think there's more information of that's coming out. The other thing that I found very interesting, that Putin did not want to go to the talks until the Ukraine admitted, which they did, that they threw the first punch. Interesting. Interesting developments on that, and the whole corporate legacy are quiet about this. They don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that. And then people are all in an uproar. It's like, how many people are being recruited into the Russian army? He does this every year. Every 18-year-old has to go in the army. Every male in Russia goes to the army, and they have to serve so many years in the army. That's part. They do it. Poland is another country that does it too. So many of those countries there, that when you turn 18, you are in the army. Like, you go into boot camp, you are trained in everything. So there's that information that's coming out too. And everybody's thinking that, oh, he's just adding more. He has there's millions, actually, 1 million plus people that are in the army, the Russian army. So it's not exactly a small kind of gathering. Now, here's a funny one. Going on this, that not long ago, and I saw the commercial, and it has, let me see if I can find it. It is the American Army. And I don't know, also, have you guys noticed when you go on certain social medias that there's a lot of recruitment ads for recruiting? I thought that was in, but there is this American Army cartoon or advertisement that they have, and it's go to the army. It came out, and it was this young girl, and it was she was raised by two mothers, and she was raised normally, but there's no target to it. Like, there's no target audience. Usually when you see recruiting, they show you helicopters and guys jumping out and all of this kind of stuff, but this one doesn't really have any recruitment or designated to one specific area of people that they're trying to recruit into the army. I think, my personal view is, I think the United States is really fucked. When it comes to, and we're not far behind with their society and wokeness and all of this talk about sexuality and everything. Like, I'm just Like, who do they who this is probably why they lowered the, requirements to join the army, is because it's gonna be very difficult to find anybody, when we go to I'm gonna say when we go to war, because I really feel it's inevitable, but to join the army. I just think it's hilarious, um, and the whole bit on trying to do their recruitment. So, yeah, so those are some of the thoughts. What other thoughts are going through my head right now? Oh, Biden releasing all of the reserves, or starting to now when they start doing that, the only time they do it is in wartime. That doesn't mean that these reserves, these oil is going to the gas station and is going to help everybody with their car. No, that's not no. They're for the planes and the tanks and everything else. So that's where that is going to. Our gas went down. It's went down. I think it's $1.54 from $1.67. It went down. Just wait, people. Everybody's applauding, and that's because they held back part of the tax. But it's just to make sure, get people. It's like, making sure everybody's fine. You guys are okay. And then it's going to just pop back up again. Just saying. And the ruble is backing by gold. So this is the first time that they've seen that the Russian stock market has not dropped, and the ruble is actually almost in par with the United States dollar, and it may be surpassing. If it starts to surpass, this is why I wrote on my Facebook, start buying silver and gold, and have silver and gold. You can go to the post office and get a silver coin. You can go to buy and sell places. Just make sure you go to a reputable one, do your research. Uh, Even for finding if you go to pawn shops and things, on finding gold and silver. Just saying, it's a good thing to have on hand. My husband and I, we were just talking about that as well. And it's start off small, just start off small, buying little things. Or if you have an old collection of coins, go through your coins. Because if you have older coins from 67 and later, they like dimes and nickels and stuff like that, they actually have the silver in them, or they have the nickel in them. Nickels really had nickel in them. They don't anymore. But and same with old pennies, old copper pennies. So if you didn't turn in all your pennies, you might have some copper there too. These things are, I feel that they're tradable, and they're worth they're worth something. So these are sort of the things to start to look at and start to feel your way through, as we are starting to go into this unknown territory, and that's what's happening. uh this is where it's very difficult, where people are asking, you hear people planning on their vacation and going here and going there. I feel it's going to be harder for people to go on vacation this year, or take long trips, or go places. um it's going to be partially because of the oil and gas and the pricing to travel and to fill up your vehicle if you're going by car, or even if you're traveling. If you're flying, you're going to find flights are going to start increasing in price, which I saw before when South Node was in Sag. So things are changing. We're coming into the space, yet we're also very unprepared for it as a society. We're very unprepared for it at this time, because we as Canadians, or even Americans, have never had to worry about an invasion. Places like Ukraine have been invaded for hundreds of years. Other countries in Europe, they've been invaded on and off for hundreds of years. We in North America, well, in Canada and the United States, haven't. We haven't had that unrest or having to pick up and move kind of thing, and leave all your stuff behind. Like, do you have a backpack that's filled and ready to go kind of thing? And it's something like, if you lived maybe in tornado area or something like that, maybe you would. It's like, the last month of being pregnant, you have that suitcase that's ready to go. You have everything in the suitcase, and when it's time to go, you go. That's the kind of thing that part of the preparedness that we have to look at. It's not saying to stop doing what you're doing and freeze and hide away, but it's to be in that preparedness. And I think we're coming into a time where it's, and this is what the message I keep on getting. It's like, don't wait to do something. Don't sit and procrastinate about, oh, should I call that person? Should I go out and apply for that job? Oh, what should I do? This isn't a time for procrastination. This is a time of getting out and doing it, and not waiting. I'll wait till things get calmer. No, it's not a time to wait for things to get calmer. This is a time to act, to get your ass out there. I mean, our PM finally said that there's going to be a food shortage. Like, whoa! Thank God you're on track as you try and take all our money and throw it away frivolously on bullshit stuff with your little bum buddy. But this is where sorry, shouldn't have said that. This is where this is probably why my videos don't the algorithm just probably, oh, she's on. We won't let anybody see her or pop her video to the top because she's going to say something wrong. She's not going to be politically correct. No, I'm not. But this is, you know what? It's a time where I feel like, people somehow we're wanting everybody to get into this um space beyond spaces, into this beautiful spiritual realm and everything, and it's all wonderful, and yes, it's there. And yet I feel like we're meant to go in that direction, but not to be there all the time. And I feel like it's because there's other things to be done here in the mundane world. There's a lot of things that we have to do here in this world to help other people. So if we're always off, or I don't know how to put this, if we're always sort of, beyond the spaces of spaces, it's hard for us to come back down to relate to what we need to be doing on an everyday basis. That's what I see. I know it's there. I know there's a lot of changes that are happening within all of ourselves, and a lot of sleeplessness, anxiety, and the bit. So but we're moving. There's I don't know what I'm trying to say, but there's a movement of us moving beyond. Yet in that movement of beyond the spaces of spaces is where we still have to have our feet on the ground and be grounded, in order to deal with life, in order to deal with um what we have to do on this earth. And that's so important, and not hold yourself back from doing a lot of the things that you want to do. I'm not saying that people can't go out and travel. Definitely, if you feel like this is a time to go out and travel for yourself, go for it. There's probably going to be a way of doing it. There's probably going to be a way of figuring it all out and doing it on the cheap if you want to. And that's the thing, is that if that's what you feel and that's your determination to do something, it's there. The energy's there for you to create that of what you are desiring and what you want to step forward in amongst the craziness. In World War II, Hitler outlawed astrologers and clairvoyants. And some of the clairvoyances back then and in their writings were saying that as the war got closer, it was very hard for them to see things because there is such a great unknown with the energies and with what was going to be transpiring. They couldn't they couldn't see so clearly. They had to really work on a day to day or a month to month type energy in how things will be unfolding because of what transpired with the war, and even with the bombing of England. There was a feeling of when it would cease, of when it would stop, and very difficult to see beyond that because some were not fully entered into it as yet. So, and I think that's where we're at right now. It's like we're not fully seeing everything as it's unfolding, or even hearing everything, and then what we need to be hearing, and the mistrust that is being laid out in and around us. And there's so many things that are distracting. So many things are distracting, from Disney wanting to make 50% of their cartoons now woke, that they are purposely going to be putting in their agenda on transgender and the whole bit on um and sexuality. So, you got that distraction. Then you got the Will Smith slap shit going on. And it's sort of all of this distraction. Now they're talking about the fourth shot, even a fifth, and it's not a shot anymore, it's a booster. The fourth and fifth booster. It's all of these distractions where, yeah, people want to escape, but we have to stay grounded and focused on um our world and the direction that we need to be moving into. Lots going on right now. A lot of different energies are colliding. um I feel the explosions happening and disruptions that are going to be taking place, and how we are going to deal with all the distractions and the explosions taking place um, within the different timelines that are coming in. And the explosions aren't necessarily a physical explosion. I just feel like there's just such alterations that are coming in. So, anyways, that's just where my headspace is. It's all over the place right now with a lot of different things that are coming in. Oh, on the note of Hitler, he did bring back some of the best astrologers to help him out, and that's how he was starting to fight the war, was through astrology. But the thing is that Uranus was in Gemini near the end of the war, and Pluto was coming up to Uranus, and Pluto was not discovered, or at that time yet. But as Pluto started getting closer to Uranus is when Germany started to lose the war. See, Uranus is on the other side. He is the god. He is the god of the universe. He is the creator. That's what Uranus is known for. And he allows for things to go for so long before he says no more. He sees how things are happening. Now he is in Taurus right now, and looking at how everything is transpiring, like there's an allowance of how far he will, like how far these energies will be for things to take place and to change. And he's not moving out of there, I think, till 2026. So he's in Taurus for a bit. And with this, it's getting us to really look at what is important in our life and what are our values, and how we are how we are standing up for our values and standing up for what is our truth in life. Man, there's so much crazy, crazy things. But it is Friday, and I really want you guys to have a great day and enjoy your day. I'm going to go back with my little thoughts and all the craziness that goes through my head and just chill out today. Tomorrow I got a busy day. I have my sale on right now for the readings. They're $90. And if you are wanting a reading, get a hold of me. My readings are basically on the weekend. Next week, my schedule will change again. Steve is going to be in the outpatient, where we are going to have to go 3 times a week to the outpatient place for his physio and stuff, where they help him to transition into the workplace and going back to work. So he's going to be starting that. I don't know if it's next week or the week after. He's going to be starting that. And then yeah. So things are moving onwards and upwards for him, which is beautiful. And he's improving a lot, with everything. And so health wise and stuff, things are improving there. So that is fabulous to see, and it's great for him too as well. He still gets fatigued. He sort of had this week off because Mateus was home, so that was okay. And I think he sort of needed it. It was like feeling like a push, like he, pushed to get to do things. So, and it's a mental thing, right? So again, this is that mental fatigue comes in, or heaviness of the leg, and all of that comes into play as well. So just have to take it basically still day by day, but it's good. It's a good thing with it all. So yeah, so we're moving on and we're moving forward, and that's exactly what we have to do, is move forward, keep going. This isn't a time to sit and procrastinate. This isn't a time to, oh, I don't know, because by the end of this month, April, rabbit, we will be having Pluto going retrograde, and then the retrogrades, and we will be having what else are we having? Because we're going to be we have the new moon, and then we're going to have the full moon, and then the sun is going to be going into Taurus. Oh, right. We got eclipses coming. So the eclipses are coming. So we'll be having the Scorpio and Taurus eclipse. So with I think a partial solar and a full lunar eclipse. So, and those eclipses, I'm going to check this out, but I think the eclipses are over Russia. Fuck me. It's, hey, add some excitement, God knows what he's doing. Like to be in his little book and say, okay, do you really know what you're doing? Can I take a look at your book, please? What is your play? What is your play plan with everything? I want to see this. I want to see the play. I want to see the plan. What are you up to? So anyways, you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. I'll come in tomorrow and talk. Might even come in later on today and see how everybody's doing. We'll see how it all unfolds. So have a fabulous one, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.